Hey, what's up?
The fuck was that?
Hey, what's up, players? This is Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and right now we're getting ready to have a six-pack challenge match with Potsy and Tino on the big podcast show. Holla at a player.
You said the run already.
Hey, yo.
Oh, Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Potsy Fans Network brings you its tag team champions of the world, the Potsy and Tino Show.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me. Yes, that's what we are.
Yeah.
Our theme song is always brought to you by Adam's House Cats, called The Wrestling Song. It's available for 99 cents on iTunes. I am going to say that I asked a buddy of mine, Roy, to sit there and come up with a new theme song for us, and Tino doesn't like it because he says it's too metal for the show, and he says we're more 90s. And he's not necessarily wrong.
We're more 90s. Nest Bus 20 Pearl Jam. That was like that's not us.
Dude, but
It was good. I'm saying that for the
So I want to point out, I heard the song, and all I kept going was the Potsy and Tino, Potsy and Tino, Potsy and Tino, and I was like, and then I messaged him that, and I was like, I like the first one because I just hear Potsy and Tino, and he goes, shit. Now that's all I can hear from. Joe Lowe, what is up, brother? I'm going to try to get your package sent out to you tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it. So it might be like 2 weeks, and I hate it for saying that. Chris Barrett saying, holler if you hear him. Well, if you got 33% of something and you multiply it by like 62% of another.
Nights.
Folks, I want to go ahead and say I missed last week. I missed it.
We could have gone to Raw last night. No, we couldn't.
No, we could have. It was in Greensboro, North Carolina. We could have gone to Raw last night. Had we gone to Raw last night, we would have gotten a little of this action.
Yeah, saw that.
Okay, what? You leaving me? You a dumb son of a bitch.
Oh, now I'm not going to do it. You call me names.
Come on now.
You call me a dumb
Come
son of a bitch.
on.
I don't know how to do it. I'm a dumb son of a bitch.
That's white power. You can't do that. You can't. Would you just stop that? That motherfucker just. I'm done.
That's
done.
white power. What's white power?
Did this? The whole John Cena 3 fingers up thing? That's white power.
John Cena white power. That's why you can't see him. He's a ghost.
He's got magical powers.
He's a ghost. You know, they wear the hoods.
Folks, as always, if you're in the chat, don't be shy. Say hi. Those of you that watch the show and don't chat, we're very upset with you.
Buy our shit. You knew it was coming.
Yes,
you knew it was coming.
Yes, please buy our shit.
Okay, please buy our shit.
You want to try the Vienna Lager?
No.
It's a beer from where I was last week. So I brought back 4 of
Well, we'll get into that.
we are the world champions.
Where were you?
Where was I?
Yeah.
Well, Tino.
They don't know.
Tino.
Nothing's up with me.
We do this little thing called What's Up With You? And we've already got Chris Barrett sitting here saying, well, if there's normally a 50% chance of winning, normally now there's, with Potsy in the mix, I have a 66% chance. I don't know if you saw the Facebook group this week, but one of the people actually posted a picture of Scott Steiner with like the extended pencil or whatever, like pointing at
God.
And it had like this entire like chalkboard of stuff behind it, and he wrote out the entire thing.
No, my favorite meme so far is coming from the Johnny Depp trial, where they found out that Amber Heard pooped on his shit on his bed, and so it's like Johnny Depp Don't poop on my bed. And it's a picture of Hulk Hogan, like this, you know.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, he used to flex like in the 90s, like.
Oh, and she's just shitting on the bed.
Yeah, it's Hulk Hogan. He's like, don't sit on the bed. The next is a picture of Hulk Hogan.
So, all right, I gotta be real with you.
Uh-oh.
Can we go ahead and talk about that a little bit?
The Amber Heard. Have you heard? You heard?
Well, there's a couple things, man. Like the world is changing for the worse.
You shitting on people's beds.
Well, so like, for example, I went to a hockey game last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to the first round playoffs, Carolina Hurricanes versus the Boston Bruins. Carolina won 5-1 because they should.
Of course.
Because they should. But my buddy Ryan, who invited me to the game, he invites me like an hour. No, don't poop on the bed. So I'm sitting there. Well, and I got invited to the game like 2 hours before the game. Okay. And it was, hey Rob, you want the best possible situation ever? And I'm like, I'm supposed to be going to sing karaoke. You know, like it better be a real good situation. Tell you what, you want a ticket? My girlfriend's sick. She can't go. Well, fuck yeah, I want a ticket. I'll go to the and then we're sitting in 115, like 6 rows up. No, I'm not gonna say yes to that.
We'll explain to people who don't know what that is.
What do you mean?
115, 6 rows.
So okay, so
people who aren't from here.
Literally, I am sitting in the section that like the people that are on ESPN are like, and we just want to go ahead and talk about that. And I'm like 6 rows up from that. Okay. So Chris Barrett just said, I think Johnny is going to win with this trial, and he's going to help this wave of super PC culture crash and bring us back to I don't think so. And this show may be the most political show we've ever done, and it's only going to take like 3 lines to sit there and make it that, because we've never been political
for a reason. But okay.
Well, you heard what happened today, right?
And the Johnny Depp trial. No, what did Johnny Depp do?
No, it's got nothing to do with Johnny Depp.
Which part? I mean, which thing? There's a couple things happening today.
Roe versus Wade, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, this may be the. Sorry, I'm texting. I think I owe Tino a beer.
You like trailed up, right? This shit, all of a sudden you're talking about. This might be the. That's exactly what everybody just saw.
That is exactly what everybody saw. I am. I literally was just getting a text message or a phone call from somebody and had to say no, and now I got a text message that said, sorry, you're doing the show. So they know. But dude, like literally 69% of the country sits there and says that abortion should be the woman's decision. And yet the Supreme Court today is probably passing or amending the situation that says that it's no longer the woman's decision.
That's
so I'm going to let you speak so I can sit here and send this text message.
Like I said, I think it's the women's. Not only it should be the women's right because it's her body, but then you have extreme cases such as incest, such as rape, such as child molestation, things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, there's people out there that have to have medically induced abortions just so that the woman survives.
And that too.
You know, like, and like, we're not a show about this, folks. We definitely do not talk about this kind of stuff because we don't want to be a political show. But the fact is that the reason why I brought up the hockey game and everything else is because my buddy Ryan, who invited me to the hockey game, flat out said to me, he goes, I just watched the Aziz Ansari comedy special on Netflix.
I need to watch that.
And he said that it's only like 30 minutes long. So like anybody that wants to can sit there. Dude, we just dropped like half of our audience, like while I said Aziz Ansari. And not like we gained people when I started talking about like the other thing, but you know, I bring up Aziz Ansari and suddenly we're losing people, which is weird. But he sat there and said, hey, you know, since COVID, everything's gotten back to normal. Everything's gotten back to that. It's almost back to normal, except it's a little bit shittier. And all I could like truthfully, like I can't disagree. Like when all that started, I went to Disney World, right?
Yep.
And Disney World was great during the pandemic because one, it was only 25% capacity.
Yep.
Which was awesome because it meant like, oh, you want to go on the Millennium Falcon? It's right there. Just walk up to it. There's nobody in front of it. So you get on the Millennium Falcon. You want hand sanitizer? There's hand sanitizer every 12 feet. Now, you walk up to one of those hand sanitizer things. It hasn't been refilled in 7 months, and it has all the dirt and grime and everything else. Of like, it is just an absolutely. Thank you, Eclectic Green Witch.
What? What'd you say?
She said Disney. Ooh.
What?
Why
are we oohing Disney? What the fuck?
No, leave that alone. Leave that alone. I know exactly who that is. So, but Chris Barrett is bringing up the Johnny Depp stuff and has said, well, you started this, Rob. Either you are pro Johnny Depp or anti Johnny Depp. And it's that simple. Forget left and right. It's either you're with Johnny Depp or, hey,
I'm not watching. So what is
I'm with Johnny Depp on
about
this.
What?
I mean, if your wife is going to shit on your side of the bed, get the fuck out of my house. I mean, my worry though is that they're going to find out that like Johnny thought it was Amber Heard's shit, and Johnny actually shit the bed. You know, like that's what I'm worried about more than anything else.
Why are we shitting in beds? I don't understand.
Well, I don't know how that relationship was like a relationship.
Now, having said that,
okay, hold on, folks. He just said having shit the bed.
At one of my former jobs, I hated one of my managers
so much,
and I always said that if I won the lottery,
you'd shit.
We had to be there early. I would come in like at 1:30 in shorts and a wife beater, hand in my resignation, look him in the eye, stand on his desk, drop trowel, and shit right in the middle of his desk.
So it's funny you say that because I have a buddy named Harold.
He did that?
Harold worked with me at Best Buy.
I don't know if I could have done it though.
And this was like 1999, 2000, 2001, whatever. So I mean, like, Chris Barrett wasn't even alive back then, but you know, like, but he always said, when I quit this place, I'm going to shit somewhere. Now, he never did it at Best Buy, but apparently, like, he worked at a restaurant.
No.
And he climbed up on, like, the serving table.
No.
And shit right in the middle of the, and then left his keys in the shit and walked out of the building.
I'm not shitting around food.
I think he did it when nobody else was there. Oh. So it wasn't like everything was prepped and ready to get, like, it was, but it was like a prep table, and he just dropped it. I would say he dropped it like it was hot, but
it might have been.
When he dropped it, it probably was. When they found it, it probably wasn't.
Did he make sure he ate a lot of corn that day?
Jesus. You know what I heard about corn recently? Did we talk about this on the show?
It doesn't digest.
No. It doesn't just not digest. Your body tries to put it back together. This is why when somebody shits after they eat corn, it looks like you shit corn.
You know, if you don't eat anything all day but corn and you shit, it looks like a payday.
No, I didn't know this.
Somebody told me I was drunk and tried it.
So you did it? You didn't eat anything? You just...
But corn.
Jesus Christ.
I drank all day and ate corn.
Was it sweet corn?
It was sweet corn.
How long ago was this? Did I know you when you did this?
Oh, yeah, you knew me. It's been within the past 20-some years, yeah.
Michael Turner just said DNA test the poop.
You know, they do that because I used to work for apartments.
Well, yes, they
apartments,
can.
And people used to have to come in and give their DNA of their animals poop. So if we found poop on the property and didn't know where it was
it actually animal poop or was it like human poop?
No, it was dog poop. We didn't hope.
You know, because I still remember the movie Me, Myself, and Irene, where like Jim Carrey was like the schizophrenic guy.
Yeah.
And he'd have those moments where like all of a sudden he'd just get real pissed off and he just grab like the newspaper and he'd just walk into the lawn and start taking a crap. And I always wanted to do that. I'm not lying.
I took my dog to the vet and they're like, they wanted me to go home. They gave us this little vial thing and you took the thing and had just a little shovel thing. So when they poop, you're supposed to go behind them. And I'm like, and they said, bring it back next day. I'm like, where am I supposed to? This bitch looked me in my face and said, you just keep it in your refrigerator and bring it back.
You can go fuck yourself.
Damn dog shit in my refrigerator. So as soon as I left the parking lot, boop, that shit went out the window. And I hope the dog don't have damn whatever they're getting their ass because I'm not keeping dog shit.
LOL.
Dog shit in my refrigerator. I told my wife that. She said, I'm not going to smack that bitch. I said, yeah.
I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you. Joe just said great movie. He's not wrong. Me, Myself, and Irene is like, yeah. I gotta tell you, was that a Farrelly Brothers film?
I don't remember.
The same guys who did There's Something About Mary.
I don't think so.
Stuck on You. I think it was because like Jim Carrey would like do anything for those guys. I remember that one because Anthony Anderson played like
one of his son. They kept calling him Daddy.
He kept calling him Daddy.
And that other big dude that was bald, they all called him Daddy.
Well, they were all like 9 feet tall black dudes, and he's like, I don't know why my kids don't look anything like me.
You're right. The Farrelly Brothers.
The Farrelly
Brothers.
Yeah. Farrelly Brothers. I mean, they had like just a run of crazy ass. Like
funny ass movies,
and my God, like I love their shit, but half of it probably wouldn't get out today. Like
something about Mary. First of all, he caught his dick in the zipper, and then when she had to comb in her hair, that shit wouldn't fly with her hair. It's like,
dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. You know, I saw that movie with my mom in the audience.
Oh my God.
Like my mom was like, let's go see this funny movie. Like, and we're all like, okay. Now, let me premise. I sat next to Shane, and on the way to the theater, we decided we were going to drink, right? And for some reason, we were drinking like vodka and like sweet tea.
Okay.
This was before they made sweet tea vodka.
That's still a weird combination.
Well, it tasted like tequila for some reason. Like I don't know. But anyway, we drank a ton of it, so we were shit-faced going into the theater. We go into the theater, and like I said, my mom is in the theater with us, okay? And my favorite thing, actually, sorry, I'm thinking about when we saw the trailer for the movie, which means I don't even remember what movie it was, but we saw the trailer where, like, remember the dog got electrocuted?
Yes.
And then the dog was, like, in a full body cast?
Yes.
And we just kept, like, throughout the entire movie going, like, because that was what the dog did, right? But then we went to go see that film, and my mom was with us when we went to go see it, because we're like, that movie looks funny as shit. Like, because nobody really knew what the movie was about.
Yeah. Then
you go to see the movie, and it's one of the reasons why I sing the Foundation song, Build Me a Buttercup.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in town to see the Dolphins, you dumbass. You know, like Brett Favre. But
hey, you see my baseball?
But like that whole so Shane and I were hammered.
Don't touch my ears.
And every time we saw that dog in the damn like body cast, we couldn't stop laughing. And people are sitting there getting mad at us in the theater and everything. And I'm like, what are you gonna do? Like, we're just laughing about the movie was funny as shit, but like we're sitting there laughing at like we can't stop laughing about the moment when we saw like the dog sitting there with like licking out because they left it on the top of the car and everything, you know, like it's just, you know, whatever, and we're just laughing about it, and people are getting so pissed off about us, and it's just nutso. But and to this day, it's probably one of my favorite comedies because of that. And I love the Farrelly brothers all together, like Stuck on You with Matt Damon and God, who was it with Greg Kinnear? I think so it was in that one. But me, myself, and Irene, that moment where Jim Carrey sits there and he gets up to go to the bathroom after he had sex all night, and he's sitting there shooting like two different streams, and he's like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah. I don't even know. Like, he's got his hand against the wall, you know, like, and every guy who's had sex has had that moment, right? But so Tino, I was gone for 2 weeks.
2 weeks
from the show.
No, we
missed a week.
Yeah,
which means 2 full weeks I wasn't here.
No, we did the week before.
Right, but we did it. Oh, we did it Thursday. Yeah. So you're right. We only missed like half a week.
Yeah.
But lots of shit happened, I think. I mean, in the world, a lot of shit happened. Yeah. Like, folks, I'll go ahead and say right now, the Roe versus Wade thing. I don't know how Tino feels about it. I'm not gonna get us. I'm not gonna get us canceled.
Canceled.
What I will say is that it should be a woman's decision. And it should be a woman's decision specifically. And more importantly, if it is a dire moment where it is the baby or the woman,
yes,
it should totally be their decision. And I don't know how anybody else feels about that. And I hate the fact that we may lose viewers and watchers from that moment. But the American government thinking that they should be able to talk about this and push it through while we're sitting there worried about the Ukraine and everything else, all these other things going on, like going, hey, we'll just sneak that shit through right now. They can go fuck themselves, because it is a horrible moment and a horrible movement for the world. And it really makes me sick to my stomach as an American, like, because we're supposed to be free. We're supposed to be able to make our own decisions. We're supposed to be able to do all that.
Yeah.
And we're not political.
No.
Like the fact that the two of us haven't been canceled is because, well, he's black, I'm white.
That's going to get us canceled now. Thank you.
But more than anything else, it's because people actually respect our decisions and are talking, because we have two very different opinions from two different very lifestyles.
Yes.
And that's the way we are. Like, the fact that you and I are pretty much best friends for 20 something years, and we can talk
a long time.
We can talk about almost anything. And in a lot of cases, I'm a Republican, you're probably a Democrat. I can't be a Republican right now. Like, I can't. I just can't. And I hate it because I want to be. What's that?
Come to the dark side.
but I just can't do it, and it annoys the piss out of me, because they literally waited to like a deep dark moment and then said, "Hey, sneak this shit through." But the wokeness of the American people, for once, actually showed that they were all awake to the moment instead of being one of those woke moments where it's like, did you just say I can't call my cat a dog?
Yeah.
You know, like now it's literally something where we're sitting there going, 9 men out of 12 people, probably 11 men out of 12 people. I don't even know what the breakdown of the Supreme Court is. I know that Trump got 2 people in at the last minute, whatever. All things considered, they're sitting there going, hey, we're gonna wait until the very worst moment possible, and we're gonna say, hey, fucking overturn that shit. It's been 50 fucking years. Who cares?
Yeah.
Well, we all care.
Yeah.
So, anyways, like I said, if you're gonna despise us for it or whatever, I literally just felt like it was necessary to give an opinion on it, and you know, basically say that it's a woman's decision.
Bottom line.
You know, like I don't care if you're a God-loving person, if you go to church every week, and you know, like you literally pray every single night, you pray every single morning, you do all that stuff. The fact of the matter is that like what's growing inside a woman is still inside a woman. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
That's it.
So, Tino might not agree with me.
No, I agree. That's a woman's choice.
Okay.
I was trying not to.
Does Nicole agree with us?
Yeah, I'm trying not to jump on a soapbox.
Well, dude, this is your soapbox.
I know, but this isn't that. This isn't the place, the platform. This is
the place in the platform. This is your platform. That's why, as a single male who has no skin in the game, I gave my opinion, and that's it.
I just say, like I said, I think it's a woman's choice. Like you said, I didn't even think about the extenuating circumstances of, you know, it might kill her. I'm like I said, you've got incest, you've got rape, you've got child molestation. I mean, you're going to make this sometimes underage 12, 13-year-old child carry another child to term. You know, I just, yeah.
And unfortunately, the way the world's going is we're not going to see a majority of Democrats come back in, specifically at the Supreme Court level, to overturn this, which means that it literally has to be something where people speak up about it, get it across, because you only have until like June before this thing is actually like said out loud. This is what's going on here. And Michael Turner says, and we all love the ladies, and if it wasn't for a woman giving birth, no one would be here.
Damn straight.
And you know, Michael, thank you for saying that. That's a very, very proud statement and true. And it is a woman's right. Absolutely. You couldn't be more right. Now let's go ahead and just change this up. Let's put it back to what we're normally good at doing, which is talking about us. I know it's a terrible segue. It's a terrible segue. I can't help it. You want me to start, since you said you don't really know what went on with you last week?
Well, I don't think I do know. So last week was weird. So my wife's a teacher. So like the beginning of the week, she goes, yeah, you know, she had like 2 or 3 kids out. And then next day it was 4 or 5. So by Wednesday, half of her students were gone with the vid.
Isn't it crazy that like
half her class?
We thought it was gone.
Yeah, no, it's not gone. It's not gone.
I mean, it's on like the 17th variant at this point.
It's not gone.
So that's nuts.
Yeah. And so then Friday, I get a call.
By the way, I want to say that I love the way that you say Friday.
Yeah. Then Friday, my son called me from school. No, school called.
What does he say?
Matthew was saying,
does he have the poops?
Matthew was saying that, you know, his throat's hurting and his nose is stuffy and that half his mother's class had gone home with the COVID. I'm like, you little mother.
That motherfucker.
Now we gotta get you tested. So okay, yeah, I'll come.
You should make him pay for the test.
I'll come get. No, we still have. You know when you.
I know, but you should make him pay for a test.
It went better. So we got home. He went in his room. I said, Oh, no, sir. You too sick for school? You take it. You sick. Give me your phone. Give me your laptop. Give me the remote to that TV. You lay there. You're sick. Then Nicole said, well, at least let him watch TV.
No.
I'm like, fuck it.
No. You know what you should have made him watch?
What?
The History Channel.
History Channel.
That little son of a bitch would have been like...
I think it was allergies, but I'm like, dude, I'll sit here and make you watch damn CP.
The D-Days, like, whatever. Like, you should have totally...
Like a little ass watch C-SPAN.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine him watching the vote? Be like...
Make you watch PBS all day.
The representative from Pennsylvania says...
That would be the
representative from Pennsylvania, District 4 says nay.
That's all you can watch.
Like, dude, I hated like there were times where like our TV would go out and like the only channel we would get would be like C-SPAN 1 and 2. Oh. And C-SPAN 1 would always be like you would see the numbers coming up as the people would vote. And then like C-SPAN 2 would be like the people walking up to the stage to sit there and put their ballot in the damn thing. And it'd be like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, what am I watching?
I remember my mom would because my mom, when we were in school, because she had to get up early to catch the van to work. So we were up at damn 5:30 in the morning to go to school. You know what's on at 5:30 in the morning?
C-SPAN.
Motherfucking Jimmy Swaggart. What's the other dude's name? Jimmy Swaggart and Baker. Yeah. So, you know, so I'm sitting there watching Jimmy Swaggart 5:30 in the morning.
So when I would get up in the morning, it would be like Little Rascals.
I would have loved Little Rascals.
So
as I got older.
So you would get like Little Rascals. So I would always want to be up to watch like Tom and Jerry.
If you turn to TBS, you got Little Rascals, the Three Stooges, and Tom.
We didn't have TBS. We didn't have cable.
Oh, damn.
So like we had like your local channels. So you get the news, and you get like 3 or 4 other channels, and one of them would have like Little Rascals, Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, like whatever, and you'd be like, man, I hope when I get up today, it's gonna be Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
But then half the time it was Little Rascals, and it was always the same fucking episode, and it's like. I've already seen like I know this show went on for like seasons. So why am I only seeing the same fucking episode every fucking time?
I love the Little Rascals and the Three Stooges.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite like combination of the Three Stooges?
Oh Jesus. Probably the first 3. I love Curly.
Yes.
I love Mo and I love Larry.
I didn't like Curly Joe.
And Chris Barrett doesn't even know who we're talking about.
Whatever got on my fucking nerves.
Yeah.
Bring back Curly.
Yeah. How the fuck they you realize that that's like the first time that like pro wrestling sat there and said, "Hey, we're gonna switch out the Legion of Doom and we're gonna give you." You're like, that's what that was.
Demolition.
We're not even demolition. It's like
LOD 2000.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a hiding right as part of LOD 2000.
Remember that Puke in there?
Hey, Puke would have been all right. Puke would have been all right. Unfortunately, D-Lo broke his neck.
Yeah.
But Chris Barrett saying, "What about Shemp?"
Who knows who Shemp is? Hey,
I hear that Robert Tilton. I don't. Terrence is now
Robert Tilton. No, Jimmy Swaggart was it Jim Baker?
It says Jim Baker.
Yeah, and Tammy Faye Baker. Remember Tammy Faye Baker? His wife, she had all the makeup, and she would cry, and all that shit would run.
Well, hold on. He was a evangelist.
Yeah.
He wasn't. Was he a Three Stooge?
No. I'm talking about them. He went back to where I was saying the preachers were on early in the morning.
Oh yeah. So Tino, I was on vacation last week.
Oh yeah.
So can we try to?
Yeah.
Can we try to? All right.
They're in it. They're having fun.
They are.
That's what we do. We just ramble.
We do. Well, I'm going to say right now, I didn't watch wrestling this week.
That's why I was asking you as we were going on. He goes, "Well, you might have to talk about it." I'm like, "I don't. It runs together.
I don't remember none of it,
dude." 5 nights. There's 3 hours on Monday. Was it 2 hours?
2 hours on Tuesday.
2 hours Wednesday.
2 hours on Thursday
because I watched Impact, and then 3 hours on Friday.
How do you not remember any of it?
Because it runs together.
I'm fucking kidding. There's too fucking much. And this week is Backlash.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wrestlemania Backlash.
Explain to me how for weeks they've been saying we're gonna have a unification match, and all of a sudden now, no, it's a 3-man tag team. No belts on the line. I thought maybe I said, okay, well, when they said it at first, I thought, well, maybe
it'll still be like if the tag team wins the match.
And if Drew pins Roman, he gets the belt. You know what I'm saying?
So
winner takes all.
So I'm going to tell you, I saw that shit, and while I was on vacation, not watching it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Right?
And the only explanation I can come up with is that if you're going to unify the belts, the tag team belts should be unified after the women's belts. But I can't see any reason why the women's belts are going to get unified. Because again, there's only one women's championship.
Yeah, that's what
like there's one on each show. Like whereas with the men's, you have the 24 championship, which now who knows who the fuck's got it. It's literally like a bad
money.
I was gonna say a bad baby, like where you don't know whose baby it is because you never know who's got the and R-Truth isn't gonna try to pin one of the women, so he's not gonna win the belt back, and he wants his baby back more than anything, like ribs.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, God, I can't even believe I'm actually entertaining that with an actual statement.
That might be his theme song coming there. Instead of "What's up?" I want my baby back, baby back.
What's up? I want my baby back. No. See, now you got me no, stop it. God, I didn't even want to talk about wrestling yet. I want to talk about what happened with me last week.
Okay, go ahead, and then we'll come back to that because we're rambling and it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but that means we're only 45 minutes in. We got a whole nother hour.
No, we don't. Just talk.
Yeah. All right. So last week I went on vacation, and dude wipes.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, I take them on every trip I go on. By the way, anybody that ever goes to a convention or on a trip or anything like that, whenever you stay, even at a good hotel, you get shitty toilet paper.
I want to invent a traveling bidet.
I think they have them.
Oh.
They have one where you can plug it in and it just shoots water. It sucks up water and then shoots the water up. So they do make them. But I bring dude wipes with me everywhere. No, don't. We're not sponsored, so I don't want to sit there and just put it up on dude wipes.
Well, we saw the Hulk Hogan shit and everything. We saw it on the phone, but okay. Regardless,
so I was in Fayetteville weekend before I went out of town, and they put me in a hotel for the weekend because I was a guest at the show, so I got a hotel room and everything. No matter what hotel you're ever in, doesn't matter. It's always the shittiest toilet paper that you can get. When you're at the convention, it's even shittier toilet paper than you can get. I mean, we're literally talking you could take the worst tissues you've ever had, cut it in half, and that's the best toilet paper you're going to get at one of these convention places, right? You've seen those giant rolls where it looks like a fucking tire, except it's toilet paper.
Yeah.
And then when you pull it off, you're sitting there trying to break it and you can't. But when you don't try to break it, that shit rips off everywhere, right? So I started bringing dude wipes, and it's a brand of wet wipes, whatever.
Are they flushable?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're flushable. They're flushable wet wipes, but I bring them to every show because I'm gonna if I ever have to go to the bathroom at the actual convention, which I normally don't have to, thank God. But when I do, it's like, well, I'll take 3 of those with me and, I'll be good to go. And I don't have to worry about the shitty toilet paper.
Okay.
When you're staying at a hotel, same thing. Every day, I just use 3 of those, good to go. No worries. If you don't use them, I absolutely sit there and tell everybody that they should. And dude wipes specifically, like you can get regular, which is just their wet wipes.
Yeah, that's just fragrance free.
If you do like the Hot Ones challenge, you can actually get like menthol ones.
Why would you want menthol?
Because it's cooling. So like, and you remember the Hot Ones challenge, like the day after, right?
Yeah, when I got home.
Oh, see, mine didn't hit till like 4:00 the next day.
Because I was so damn full. Remember?
Dude, I was full, but I went home.
But I was miserable. I was like, oh my God. And I was laying there and like, never trust a fart. I'm like, okay, maybe it's gas. No, that ain't gas. I jumped out of bed.
Well, that's because we drank a gallon of milk each. But anyway, so just so everybody knows, dude wipes, totally worth it. And you can bring an entire like thing of them. It's like 40 of them with you on like a long trip or whatever, and it'll last the entire week. It's great.
Okay.
And you just saw like that's probably like a third of a package left. So anyways, go on a trip this week, sister and brother-in-law. Before that, I was at Fayetteville Comic-Con. Fayetteville Comic-Con was great. Had a great time. Didn't sell out of my prints or anything. So what I did with them was I gave them to the guy that actually ran the convention. So if you still want to get one of the limited edition prints that I created, you do have the option for that. Joe, yours will be going out in the mail as soon as I find something to mail it in. I'm late shift tomorrow at my day job, so hopefully I'll be able to do that for you if you're still here with us tonight. But anyway, Shane, Michelle, and I went up to Williamsburg, Virginia to sit there, and she's got a timeshare up there, so we go to the timeshare. We got a couple rounds of golf included with it. So Shane and I are up there. Shane threw out his back like 2 weeks before this. Says, I'm still going to try to play golf. Like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. Shane, if you're watching, like a fucking idiot. This guy might have played half a round of golf the entire week. Okay. We played 2 full rounds. He played like half a round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First day, he literally looks like the fucking hunchback of Notre Dame sitting there trying to walk up to the greens and everything. But Tino, I'm going to tell you, I have never played better golf than I did this week. And I'm not kidding. Okay. My best game ever was like an 88. Okay. And you know that like par is like a 72 and everything else. The lady I'm talking to, when I sat there and said I probably played the best golf I've ever played, was like, I don't know what par means. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Just, we'll talk about other stuff later. But we birdied like 5 holes between the 2 of us the first day. Now that was when Shane played like half a round.
Okay.
The second day, we didn't birdie any holes. Shane only played like 3 holes, it felt like. And so I basically had to play the entire rest of the game myself. No, 18 holes.
18, that's right.
Myself.
Yeah.
And I shot an 81. Okay, now, here's where it gets even crazier. When I would go to putt, I didn't have a single putt longer than like 15 feet this day. Okay, so I had plenty of opportunities to score like birdies and everything else. The problem that I ran into was that they had aerated the course. So like the putting greens were like playing fucking Plinko on the fucking Price is Right. And you want to know how many went in the fucking hole? Not a goddamn one, Tino. And pardon me for saying goddamn, but I'm going to tell you right now, not a goddamn one went in the fucking hole. And it pissed me off because I shot an 81, which means I was only 9 over par.
Right.
without being able to hit a single fucking putt.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Man,
Charles Barkley, man,
Not
I'll tell you what, Charles Barkley, he'd be like, man, I knew you were gonna choose me. Like that stupid commercial. Tiger Woods, you are not in my 5.
No.
No, that's Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah.
But Dikembe Mutombo doesn't actually speak English very well. So
Not in my house.
Not in my house. But but this past week I watched some movies that I hadn't seen in a while, like Major League.
We want to get Matthew sit down and wake and watch that.
Dude, Major League.
Yeah.
Major League 1, 2, 3, okay, maybe not, right? Interestingly enough,
No, not Major League. I'm sorry. What's the one? Tom Hanks. The girl baseball team. There's no crying in baseball.
That's League of Their Own. League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Then we watched Tin Cup.
Oh.
Which is Kevin Costner, Cheech Marin golf film. Yeah. And the great thing about that one, obviously, is it's him and Rene Russo, also who was in Major League, because Tom Berenger was trying to get back with Rene Russo, and we had this huge Rene Russo thing going on all weekend. But then we also watched the second Kingsman movie. We watched the new Spider-Man film. Well, the latest one.
Okay.
Far From Home.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Or No Way Home. Yeah. No Way Home. Because they hadn't watched it yet.
Oh, okay.
So my sister and my brother-in-law hadn't watched it yet. So I've seen it like 6 times at this point. And Doctor Strange comes out this week.
Yep.
So no spoilers.
It's not out yet, so how are they going to spoil it?
People are seeing it now.
Oh.
Chris Barrett, I don't know if you know Annie. Annie's already seen it, so no spoilers. No spoilers. I hope to see it Thursday. We'll see if that works out. Anyways, now, other stuff going on. What's up with me? I know that I talked about the fact that I finished the first script or the last script of Junior High Horrors. Mm-hmm. Eric has now posted some of the artwork online. Okay. So like, folks, I'm telling you, like, Eric is going all out. Like, he's already sitting there saying that some of the artwork for this book is print ready and everything else. So if you are a Junior High Horrors fan, make sure you order your copy now. You can, because the diamond codes are out there. On top of that, though, we have started like designing characters and everything. I'm going to show Tino some of the designs for characters after we get off here. For Stonkard, which I haven't officially announced, but no one else is using that name. So Stonkard is coming. And we're gonna try to get a table at like the WrestleCon in November, because why not have a main character of your book be a pro wrestler and try to get into a
where's WrestleCon?
Winston-Salem.
Oh yeah, this time let's plan better so I can take the time off.
Well, I Jason was the one that gave me the ticket to it last time, so. But regardless, let me go ahead and say that Stonkard is. I've written the first script. I actually did tear up, because it was like the end of a career, and like when you're getting ready to retire and everything else.
The wrestler.
Yeah, but not.
Okay.
Because you know me, I'm still a comedian when it comes to this shit. So I still sit there and throw the jokes in. The second issue I'm getting ready to start writing is all going to be like he's sitting at a convention thinking that it was all a dream, and then he's going to find out it wasn't a dream. So like,
oh, okay,
so it's going to be a lot of fun, folks. I know that we got Chris Barrett. Hey, Carson, I didn't even see you in the audience. It says the boss gets in those movies early. Yes, they do. Anybody else, if you're in the audience, don't be shy. Say hi. Tell us that you're out there. Carson's got his tickets for Doctor Strange for Friday.
Oh.
I'm hearing good things. I'm not hearing great things, but I'm hearing good things. But I tend to think that the people that aren't giving us great things are normally the people that are like, I didn't think that it was going to be this good. You know, like they're just assholes about shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anybody else, Michael Turner, everybody that's in the audience, don't be shy. Say hi. Please talk to us about what's going on with you. I want to let everybody know that like, yes, and buy our shit.
Buy our shit.
I want to let everybody know that like Eric and I are really proud of the 5 years that we've worked on Junior High Horrors.
I still can't believe it's been that long.
Dude, I literally found out tonight that like me going to Ruckus has been 5 years.
Which Ruckus?
The one that I go to in Morrisville.
Well, see, I've been going to Ruckus since the original because we used to play the original back in Mission Valley.
Yeah, but like me, I've only been going since I worked at GameStop, and I only worked at the GameStop in Morrisville for what, 2.5 years. Yeah. But it's now been almost 5 years that I've been going to that.
Figure that out.
Because somebody said to me, hey, you know, like you left GameStop about the same time that I left Ruckus, and that's been like 1.5 years, so it's like 4 years now. Wow. It's like, holy shit.
Wow.
So Chris Barrett says, oh, we're talking about Doctor Strange. I was confused. I got NXT going on.
No spoilers on that either.
No spoilers on that either. Wow, 5 years. Where I got number one, Rob. So yeah, Michael Turner, I don't know if you realize this or not, but like if yours is in good condition and you get it sent off, I mean, like I actually saw a comic book shop selling a Junior High Horrors number one signed that was like the graded version for like $200.
Woo.
So and I'm not saying it's worth that unless somebody wants to buy it for that, but what I do want to say is when I was at Fayetteville Comic-Con, one of the local shops out of Fayetteville, Dragon's Lair, who I'll be at this week for Free Comic Book Day on Saturday, they had bought a collection from somebody and it had some graded books. And there were 4 graded books that were from this random dude named Rob Pacek.
Nice.
So I asked how much they wanted for them.
I'm gonna buy your own shit back.
Well, I didn't actually get it graded, right?
Oh, okay.
So interestingly enough, Bernie, the owner of Dragon's Lair, who bought the collection off the guy, actually said that he would give them to me for what it cost to send them off to get them graded. I thought that was fair.
I don't know what it costs to send them off.
It's like $40 a book.
Oh, okay.
So he was like, hey, if you want all 4 for $160, I was like, I'll tell you what, I'll take 3 of them. You pick the one that I don't take. And he picked the one that I wanted the most. And I was like, damn it!
Yep.
I was like, son of a bitch! I knew he was going to choose that one. But I was like, that's fine. I said it. I'm willing to go with it. My stomach's growling all of a sudden.
Oh, did you eat?
No. Apparently I didn't.
Probably why your stomach's growling.
But anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. He actually took one that I really did like. It was Keanu Reeves has a book called Berserker, and I bought like 10 of the sketch cover versions.
Okay.
And one of the guys asked me to do a sketch on it, so I did a sketch, and then he sent it off to get it graded, and it got like basically the best grade you can get, which is a 9.8. You can almost never get a full 10, but 9.8, and he sent it off to get that graded. So like that was the one that like Bernie was like, no, I'll keep this one. I was like, son of a bitch.
Nice.
It's a good look. Like it's one of those ones where I look at it, and I'm like, man, that actually was a pretty good looking piece. But tonight I'll tell everybody, like before I came out here, I was doodling a little bit, and I'll show everybody before we get into pro wrestling talk what I did, because I did a Batman piece. Did you see it?
Probably. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
So it's black and white, but I want to make sure everybody saw that. I thought it came out pretty damn good. So So yeah, so that one's going to be available to look at on Instagram at this point. So Tino, all right, pro wrestling. NXT, anything happen?
I mean, if you didn't watch it,
Anything happen? All right.
Yeah, what you call it? The forehead.
How about we just go ahead and say Dexter Lumis got released?
Oh God, yeah. Can we talk about some of those releases?
Dexter Lumis got released. Dakota Kai got released.
Bivens got released.
And Bivens was apparently one that they were like talking about storylines where he was going to be. He was actually originally supposed to be Omos's manager.
Dexter was still in the middle of a
the marriage angle.
Now they're saying Roddy Strong wants his release. You know why he wants his release?
Well, he's wanted his release.
He wants to go over there with his wife.
Let's be real. He's wanted his release. I said that a couple weeks ago. I said if Roddy Strong has more than 6 months left on his contract, he's going to start asking for his release because his wife is getting pushed to the nines in
well,
AEW.
she lost.
She did, but she was getting pushed. And they're pushing her better than she was ever pushed in NXT.
Yeah.
So he wants to leave.
Why are we why are we changing people's names too? Well, we'll get to that too. I'm tired of people changing names.
I'm okay with the name changing.
So Raquel Gonzalez is now Raquel Rodriguez.
I'm okay with that. I actually am okay with that. I'm okay with Gunther instead of Walter, and I'll tell you why. Specifically because, like, if Walter had come in at the same time that Finn Balor came in, his name would have been changed. Finn Balor was Prince Devitt. Yeah. And the night that he showed up, it said Prince Devitt, and then it changed it and said Finn Balor. So it was meant to sit there and tell you, hey, if you know this guy, here's who he is now. Mm-hmm. And Finn Balor even sat there and said it was all because the demon Balor is who he gets his power from and everything else. And then, of course, he also had the demon character, which he had the demon character overseas and everything else. Mm-hmm. So the whole idea of the whole idea with Walter is that he was Walter before he was with the WWE. So the WWE wants to own the character.
Yes.
Which is perfectly fine. They have every right to do that. AEW has every right to do that.
But they don't.
Yet. At some point, if the money is more for AEW by saying we can use this to get more from these guys, mm-hmm. they're going to do it because it just makes sense. The WWE is a billion-dollar conglomerate. Right now, AEW doesn't do that because they're sitting there going, we want to do everything we can to make people watch our show instead of their show.
Yes.
Soon as it's the other way around, you don't think it's going to change?
But should more people watching AEW?
Like, if AEW suddenly is 15 years in and they are a billion-dollar conglomerate, you don't think that they're going to sit there and say, hey, you want to work for us? Here's how you do it, right? They may still have the pro wrestling tees deal and everything else, which gives the pro wrestler 50% of their merchandise. But when it comes down to it, like action figures and everything else, that's why the WWE wants to own everything.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like, let's not bullshit this. WWE wants to own everything because they are a multi-billion-dollar company. And they're a multi-billion-dollar company that has shareholders that they have to appease. So they're going to change everybody's name. So Raquel Rodriguez instead of Raquel Gonzalez, whatever. If she's okay saying, you know what, I signed a contract that says you can change my name, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Walter turning into Gunther, I think he looks like a Gunther. Like, I'm not lying. I like, Gunther is a name that when I took German, I was scared of. And Walter is a guy that I'm scared of. Pete Dunne
Butch.
All right. I'm going to say right now, flat out,
that was dumb.
I don't like Butch. I don't like the Newsies outfit. But I do like that he finally got out of Mae Young's closet.
I don't like the Newsy outfit because he got that man bun and he tries to put that Newsy hat on it and it sits like this.
I'm just saying that I prefer him wearing man's clothes than wearing Mae Young's wrestling outfit. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Been saying it for weeks.
NXT, I think you're going to start pushing Solo Sequoia as well.
Oh, dude, I think they're getting ready to push him to the main roster. So yes, they'll probably push him to...
I was watching something today or reading something today where they were like, they might not necessarily put him automatically in with the bloodline simply because of the background when he came in. That's why it's called Solo Sequoia. Remember, because he was like, everybody left me to fend for myself. So I think he might be against him for a while. Now he will eventually join them. But I think at first,
I kind of agree with you. I also think that he will try to be appeasing them, and they will not let him in. And then he'll have to prove himself to get in. Now, granted, that's whether or not that the Usos can actually keep themselves out of DUI trouble. And I'm not kidding. Like,
that might be why they might. That unification
I don't think so. I think that if that were really the case, they would just have RK Bro win that match. If that were really the case.
I'm saying I don't think that I think they made such a big deal about Randy's 20th year. I think when it does come down to unifications, because they're so hot, even if they don't keep it for a while, I think that they will win the unification match.
I think that what you might see end up happening is that Randy's going to actually win the world title at like SummerSlam. Because that'll give him 15. And he can lose it by Survivor Series back to Roman. So I
still at the 15 of that. I think Cena's got him beat.
Cena's got 16. Ric Flair's got 37. Jerry Lawler's got 62. So, I mean, and I'm kidding. Jerry Lawler's got like 26. Ric Flair says that he got like 22 at this point. But nobody.
It was 16 for the longest time until Cena tied him.
Well, yeah. Then there was that one random night where Ric Flair comes walking down the arena and it's a 17-time winner. And everybody's like,
when the fuck did that happen?
Did he win one at a house show that nobody saw? And the answer is no. WWE still sits there and says both of them are 16-time, but at this point, I think they're now starting to believe that Randy Orton is the guy to be the 17-time world champion because he is the guy that stays. He knows that he's going to be a WWE wrestler until he's 50, and he's 40 years old right now, 42, 43, whatever. But he knows that he's got another 8-9 years in him, and all he needs to do is win 2 or 3 more world championships over that time, and he's good enough to where they can just randomly throw him into that moment. And we're talking about NXT.
Well, there's another NXT release. That Raylan, whatever, the ones that was with the 2 country dudes.
Yeah.
The one that was in the feud with Electra. How did they just let him motherfucker? You're in the middle of a feud. Bye-bye.
So, all right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and push this to AEW Dynamite. And I'm going to say that the reason why, just to get this through this, the reason why they can go ahead and release a guy like that is because they don't think they have enough viewers. So they don't care. They literally are looking at it going, you guys got 670,000 viewers a week.
And the big dude that was with Gacy, too.
Yeah. Horace Hogan.
I'm like, what is? Wow.
You're not wrong, but so AEW Dynamite
was that
had Cash versus Dax.
Dude, did you watch that match?
I didn't watch the match. However, I saw a side-by-side comparison of Cash and Dax, and Brett and Owen.
Okay.
And it showed how they basically covered every major move from those matches. And then when they didn't, there was a Brett versus Razor Ramon match that also included other moves. And I'm going to tell you, phenomenal.
Wow.
Fucking amazing. Just
that match was great.
Good shit. Good shit. So, we got a lot of comments. They need all the Samoans into the bloodline. Afa, Sika. Okay, come on, Chris Barrett. Would you stop that? Like, I watch Young Rock too, but come on now. Joe Gacy needs to be released.
I don't know yet.
I don't think so.
I don't know yet.
I think they see something in that kid.
I see something in Gacy.
I don't know if it's more than like Intercontinental title.
No,
but I kind of get a Miz feel from him.
No, I get a NXT version of Bray Wyatt from him. Got that coldish leader kind of thing.
Well, now that Harlan's gone, I don't know.
Yeah, they could put someone else with him.
But I totally feel like he's like a Miz, like where he's gonna do everything that they ask him to do for as long as they ask him to do it. And by the way, anybody who thinks that's me saying that the Miz is a kiss ass or whatever, that's not it at all. The Miz has done everything that he needed to do to be a 2-time world champion and a 2-time Grand Slam champion because he is that fucking good.
And he earned it. He scratched and clawed. Went from they kicked him out of the dressing room and made him change in a janitor closet.
No. Made him just change in the hallway.
Was in the hallway?
In the hallway.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. He changed in the hallway. And you know, like
No. He changed. I remember he saying he changed in the bathroom.
Well, he might have, but there were times where he changed in the hallway, and it was because like guys like JBL sat there and said, "You'll never make it to nothing, Miz." You know, so that's just how it is. But yeah. What else we got? But I think the only thing really to talk about besides Dash and Cash is that they extended the storyline of CM Punk versus Hangman, which obviously is going to be the main event of the pay-per-view.
They did the trio? Was it trios? Jericho.
Where they burned off his eyebrows. They burned off Eddie Kingston's eyebrows. Hook got his first match on Dynamite. And now like Danhausen wants a match.
No, I think.
We totally called it.
That he's gonna come down. They're gonna form a tag team eventually because
that is kind of what it looks like. But like right now, and what I think is gonna happen is it's gonna be a match between the two of them, and then some other tag team's gonna come down.
Did that happen? Was it this Friday?
Oh, did it? Because
on the Red page,
I didn't see any of it.
I think. Yeah, they were supposed to have a fight. Remember, because Danhausen's like, "You want to fight me?" Remember?
And then he started stepping on the chips.
Yeah. So then they went in the ring. Danhausen's in the ring. He's got the mic, and Hook, and he goes, "You guys, it's ridiculous. You always give it. You know what? I know what you guys want. Bring Hook." And Hook came down and got in the ring, and he just got in the ring, came to the ropes, and just this close to Danhausen. Danhausen's like this. Maybe we talk about it. And Hook spoke. No, we're gonna do this now. And then they were getting ready to go at it, and then they got jumped. I forget who came down and jumped them, but yeah. So, and they fought.
Had to be a heel group.
I want to say
The Acclaimed.
No,
Matt Hardy, like the ones were with Matt Hardy for a while.
No, I don't think it was Marshall. I don't remember who it was.
Oh, was it QT Marshall's guys? Fuck them.
Yeah, but
they're gonna get their asses kicked.
They jumped. They tried to jump him and Hook, and they fought him off. And it's one of those things, you know, when they finally fought him off, and they're back to back, and they turn around and do this. Yeah, it was one of those, and Hook just walked out the ring because Danhausen tried to shake his hand, and Hook just went down and walked out the ring. What's killing me is when are they going to make him? But they might not make him face. He's still coming down that hill tunnel.
Oh,
if you see him,
he's a baby face.
He's still coming out that hill.
He's
tunnel.
a baby face, and anybody like that Taz himself is sitting there going, how do we like push him away from me without pushing him away from me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I almost hope what's going to happen is that Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs are going to beat up Taz, and then Hook has to come down and make the save. Because then Hook gets to have his dad in his corner.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's because he's the one that they want to push out of all that. And that's the only way to fix the situation and make Taz exactly who he should be at this point, which is a commentator that we all respect and love.
Yeah.
Instead of someone that we sit there and we're like, oh, why is he sitting there talking shit about these guys that we know and love? So I think that's where it's headed. I think that at some point, Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs are going to be like, Taz, seriously? Like we've been with you since the beginning, and now because it's your kid, you want to sit there and Taz is going to be like, it's my son, man. Like that's what I got to do, right?
Yeah.
And let's be real. That's the storyline.
Yeah.
Like Ricky Starks versus Hook.
Yeah.
For the FTW
yeah.
championship, where Hook sits there and says, "I got to bring it home." That's where it is, folks.
Yeah.
That's where it is. When we look at and I don't know anything about Dynamite or anything, but when we look at SmackDown, we finally got the 6-way match for the men's with Drew McIntyre. I just want to go ahead and sit there and say, did you see?
No, wasn't it? Drew was in that steel cage match with Sammy.
He was, but now,
now
it's official that they're gonna have that match at Backlash. But did you see the overseas match between Drew and Bobby Lashley where the
ropes
broke?
I thought he broke his neck.
He hit the top of his head on the ring.
I thought he broke his neck.
He flipped out, hit the top of his head, and then apparently finished the tour.
Yeah.
You
see, there's another one where he got in the ring and he's testing the ropes before the match started.
I didn't see that, but what I will say is that I did see a tweet where it was from Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley flat out said, "Y'all don't think I'm the toughest motherfucker here?"
Right. Bitch fell out the ring.
He didn't fall out the ring.
The rope.
He hit his head on the fucking mat as he tumbled over, like, because there was no ring. Like the rope was gone. How does that happen?
Somebody got fired that day. They didn't tighten it or something.
How does that happen?
Vince was like lost his mind.
Well, that had to be close to the main event. So how did it go the entire thing without that happening? How did that not happen to the Los Lotharios?
I don't know.
Where we'd be okay with that shit happening, like. Scrimshank, you're absolutely right, Dave.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Like we're talking about it right now. Like that fall was just nasty. And Bobby Lashley took it like a fucking man.
Like a champ.
And I mean, like I all I can do is say I'm more of a fan of Bobby Lashley because of that. That it reminds me of Wrestlemania when it was Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar.
And he did that.
And he did the shooting star press. But we were all sitting there going, we know Kurt's got a broken neck going into that match. And then Brock does that. And we're all thinking Brock Lesnar just broke his neck coming out of that match. And you're sitting there literally going, those two motherfuckers literally gave everything to be in that match.
I mean, and them and another tough motherfucker album. Motherfucking Triple H just quad off his leg
and then still doing a fucking like pedigree.
Yes,
doing a pedigree.
Dude, I'd have laid down. Vince McMahon blowing both his quads.
He did lay down.
He sat down.
He couldn't move.
Yeah.
They had to walk him out of the ring.
But still, he got up and walked. I mean, damn. You know, it's gotta be painful.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You gotta be tough. You gotta be tough.
What else you got? Oh, what happened last night on Raw? You saw that, right? I didn't.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley is going to join.
Yes, going to join.
I think Ciampa is too.
I'd be okay with that because right now Ciampa is not getting a reaction, and I'm scared about that because I'm really worried that he might be under a 90-day like, if you don't do anything, we're releasing you.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing with Ali. Like Ali asked for his release, and they're like, "Fuck you, you're gonna continue working for us." But right now, I kind of think if Ali doesn't get a reaction as a babyface, they're just gonna toss him. Now, one thing I will say is that you finally let Ciampa and Ali have a 20-minute match on a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mufasa's going for the United States.
Mufasa.
Ali, whatever, Mustafa is going for the.
You literally said Mufasa.
I know, but he's going for the U.S. Championship against Theory.
Sure, he
They're
is.
pushing him,
which means that Ciampa's going to end up in that feud somehow.
Yes.
And Ciampa deserves to be in that feud.
Yes.
Like he is that good, but
they're still investigating Sonya Deville. You didn't watch it, so
I didn't.
Last night they made a triple threat. It was Deville,
Bianca.
No. It was a triple, like 3 women tag team. So it was Deville. She had Rhea in her corner, and somebody else. Because it was Asuka. No, it was Becky. It was Becky, Rhea, and Deville against Belair, Asuka. I want to say Liv.
Probably Liv.
But they were like, so backstage, Adam was like, whatever his name is, Adam
Pearce
was talking to him like,
Scrap Daddy.
Yeah, he's like, well, you're still on investigation. So tonight you're just a competitor. So it's a 3-way match. And she's like, yeah. So let's make. He said, no. There's no less. You're not management tonight. She said, well, we can make it a no disqualification. He goes, no, straight match. And you can see the fear on her face. I don't know what they're doing with her. I don't know if they're gonna push her back in the total.
I doubt it. I think they're just.
I don't know. It's authority thing they're doing with the 2 of them.
I think they're just keeping her away from Becky so that we don't get the same match over and over again.
Huh? Sonya from Becky?
Yeah. No. Belair from Becky. Oh. And that's why Becky is now in a thing with Asuka, and Belair's in a thing with Sonya.
Yeah.
Because they think that they can recreate Austin McMahon.
No.
And they can't.
No.
Because that was, that was our childhood.
I think the closest they came is when Shane and Kevin had their thing. That went close.
I don't even think they did it then. You were probably closer with Shane and The Miz because The Miz's dad got involved.
Yeah.
And that was terrible.
Terrible.
So, anyways.
And I know we don't do Impact on this show, but
go ahead.
Guess who showed up and is now in the tag team division of Impact?
I don't know.
Nobody else wants them, so they go to Land of the Broken Toys. Jay and Mark, the Briscoes, are now Impact.
Well, that doesn't mean that they're only Impact.
Well, they're not going to AEW.
Well, they're not going to
AEW.
Not
going to WWE.
But hold on. Do you know why they're not going to AEW?
Because of the homophobic tweets, and WWE doesn't want them.
But it doesn't mean that they're not going to be Ring of Honor stars when Tony finally gets Ring of Honor its own TV contract.
When is he going to do that, though?
He's working on it.
Hmm.
I mean, he already did a pay-per-view for them, which, by the way, had the best match of the year on it.
Yes.
So,
all right. That's all I got.
All right. Why don't you tell everybody how to buy our shit?
Buy our shit. On the Twitter machine, he is.
We need a new T-shirt.
Yeah, he's at Potsy. I am Hoodie Fan 91. On the, did you change yours for the Insta? Is it still?
I've got 2.
He's got 2. Let him know. I forgot what one of them.
I've got Rob Potsy
and Rob
Potsy, which also is my TikTok.
On Facebook, we are the Potsy and Tino Show. Twitter, we're Potsy and Tino. As always, we want to say thank you to Adam's House Cat for our theme song, the wrestling song. You can get it on iTunes for 99 cents. Each and every week, you tune right in here on the YouTube channel on the Pots and Pans Network. That's it.
Is it?
I think I've done all that.
Buy our shit.
I said buy our shit, yeah.
Mom said buy our shit.
Thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And until next week.
Hey, I want to go ahead and thank everybody that actually came out and jumped into the chat tonight.
Yeah, I know it was kind of a ramble. We kind of rambled tonight.
From Eclectic Greenwich to Scream Shank to Michael Turner to Chris Barrett to Joe, everybody that was part of the chat, because without you, this show is just two random dudes talking about bullshit.
Which we've been doing off the air anyway. We just like to share. Yeah, that's how we do.
It's true.
Yeah, that's how we do. What we do here, and I think that's the fun part of it. What we do here is we don't have to a lot of shows try to put on like an act and try to put on a shtick.
We would literally be talking about this shit anyway. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same stupid shit we laugh at, the stupid jokes we make. Yeah. We're just doing it for you. We're just doing it for an audience. So we appreciate you guys putting up with us for as long as you do. We greatly appreciate it.
We do love you guys, and like, you can always hang out with us when we're out in public, either singing karaoke at Raleigh Beer Garden on Monday nights, or anytime Tino's got a show coming up, you can definitely come out and listen to him play. And of course, I've got the comic books coming out. So July, Junior High Horrors, Strangest Thing is Forever's coming. So by all means, please, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. But I'm trying to. I'm doing this.
Oh, okay.
Good night, everybody. Subscribe to the show.
That's right.
But yeah, thumbs ups all around, please. We always like those. It helps us get more stuff going on. And thank you so much for being part of the chat, because without you, it really is just the two of us bullshitting with each other. So with that said, folks, have a great night.
Thinking. Ooh, yeah. Sing it. That hurts.
Do louder than that.
It's fucking complicated when you do that.
Ooh, yeah. Macho Man probably was.
He's a dude.